Leo. What's up, Leo? It's your girl D here with 8th House Energy, and I'm here to bring you a quick reading for Mercury Retrograde, September 2021. Thank you guys for all the love and support that you show to the channel, especially being a subscriber to the 8th House Energy community. For those of you who are new, welcome to the channel. Hopefully you'll subscribe. This is a Mercury and Retrograde reading I'm doing for you. So this reading is going to talk about where Mercury Retrograde is going to show up in your chart, how it may affect you, what kind of experiences you may have, or what you're going to see going down, and the energies you may need to embody to help you get through the retrograde energies. The siren already ringing for your ass. I don't know what's up. All I did was just do the intro, Leo. What's going on? Okay, look like, is it stopping somewhere around here? Yeah, there it is. So, I don't know what we're about to get into, but let's see. All right, so this is a general read for my Leos. Please take what resonates, leave the rest. If you need a personal reading because you just want your fly-ass Leo energy read and nobody else's, because I know you like to be on center stage, Leo. I know you. All right, reach out to me. My information's in the box below. All right, so Mercury is in Libra right now. All right, and we are in the pre-shadow retrograde stages of Mercury retrograde in the house of Libra. All right, Mercury goes into retrograde 3 times a year. This is the last time of the year it's going in. Usually it goes into retrograde. It doesn't go into retrograde until Scorpio season. Or maybe later in Libra season, Scorpio season, I believe. But this year is going in, Libra season. So what are we talking about here? Mercury is the planet of communication. It's the planet of logic, meaning it just deals with information. It deals with the facts. That's it. It don't deal with emotions or nothing like that. Okay, it deals with facts. It deals with statistics. It deals with numbers, letters, words. That's it. Okay. So Mercury is the planet of communication. So we're dealing with the house of Libra. Okay, so Libra deals with your relationships, all types of relationships, whether it's business, whether it's your family, whether it's your homies, whether it's your lover. Okay, it's how you relate. All right. It also deals with politics. Okay, and it deals with political things of the political nature. It also, politics, your relationships, justice. Okay, how could we forget that? So justice. So justice, basically, politics is how justice is handled somewhat, just how you go about doing things. So, when you use the slang, I was politicking with such and such the other day, that's you relating to someone, connecting with someone, establishing a rapport with someone, and that's what the energy of Libra is all about. Like I said, whether it's on a business level, personal level, family level, what have you. All right, so some of the things that we're seeing as far as Mercury being in Libra in the pre-shadow stages of the retrograde is, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed away, I think it was about a year ago, so we're celebrating her death. It was around a year ago, roughly, okay, where she passed away. Also, what we're going to be seeing, or what you may already be seeing, is people are being exonerated from cases that they were wrongly accused of, and they may have been sentenced to prison. People are being exonerated, and, they're being offered karma. Their retribution, the financial retribution they're given for, being wrongly accused and having to serve time in prison. So you're going to see cases like that. You're also going to see cases where people got away with things and they're getting caught. Okay, so you're going to have a lot of court cases going on. People, everything from a minor fender bender where you got to show up in court so you can get the ticket thrown out so you ain't got to pay it, or you could pay a reduced rate, to, CEOs of companies meeting together to acquiesce and merge their companies or their corporations, or to break them apart, or, people going through divorces, marriages, people incorporating their businesses. Somebody might have fell in Walmart. They got to go to court for that, to get that, to get to sue for their damages, and, to take care of the medical expenses, car accidents, all kinds of things people are in court for. All right. Not only are we dealing with court decisions on the 3D realm, we're dealing with them on the spiritual realm as well. So an example of that could be maybe you were mugged or robbed, or somebody did something wrong to you, violated you, where the law would have found that this person would have been guilty, and he would have served time or whatever. Well, maybe this person didn't get caught, but what's happening is these people, whether they're still in this realm or not, they're being judged. Whatever realm they're in, they're being judged, because as above, so below. As far as the planetary alignments and what's going on in the other realms, As long as it's in this galaxy, of course. In another galaxy, I can't tell you what's going on over there because I ain't over there. I don't know. All right. So yeah, see, there's the sirens. Now, what also is going on is in the house of Libra. Not only do we have Mercury going in there, going retrograde. The retrograde energies start as of the 13th because it's 2 weeks prior to the date it goes into retrograde. So they started Monday. The hardcore retrograde energies start on the 27th. And then with the post shadow period combined, we're going to be in these energies until about November 1st. Okay, so all throughout October, we're going to be in these retrograde energies. So we also have Mars in Libra as well. Now, Mars is just going to light a fire to things. It's going to make things a lot more intense, a lot more aggressive, a lot more assertive. So, court cases may be, things are going to start picking up where it might have been slow or stagnant, because especially with COVID and things like that, things are going to start picking up. So, on a spiritual realm and on a 3D realm, okay? So for you, we got Mercury retrograde in so here you are, in your third house. So when we're talking about the third house, we're talking about the house of communication. We're talking about the house of your local environment, like where you live, all right? It could be even talking about the country you live in because it's domestic. We could also be talking about, travel, driving, short distance travel, driving, things like that. And with Mercury retrograde, you got to be careful with that. So we'll get into that too a bit. Also deals with family, okay? It's specifically like siblings, your in-laws, your aunties, uncles, your cousins, the extended family, right? So the fourth house deals with your nurturing figure or your mother. The 10th house deals with your father. The third house deals with the rest of the relatives, okay? So we're dealing with that as well. So you may have some retrograde energies related to things going on with your family members, okay? Brothers and sisters, aunties, uncles, cousins, nieces, nephews, in-laws. And then also what we're dealing with, because we're dealing with mercurial energies, we're also dealing with wrapping up the cycle of the North Node in Gemini. The North Node is going to change in January to Taurus. So we got the North Node in Gemini wrapping up, and then we also have Lilith in Gemini, okay? And so for you, Gemini is in the North Node in Gemini and Lilith in Gemini are both in your 11th house. So Lilith deals with, the energy you feel when you've been rejected, you've been ridiculed, you've been criticized, you've been outcasts. That anger, that animosity, that frustration, that rage, when you've been disrespected, violated, treated as if you're not worthy. Like all of that rage, that energy, that is what Lilith embodies. It also embodies a lot of sexual rage, sexual energy. Maybe you're not getting your rocks off the way you want to. You get that rage that builds up because you have a particular fetish and you can't get access to what you need. Like that energy that builds there, that's all Lilith. All right. So you're dealing with that in the 11th house for you. So that's the house of your friends, your social life. That's also the house of humanitarian efforts where people get together for a common cause or a common goal. This is the house of dreams and hopes and wishes coming true. This is the house of astrology and all of the sciences, the science behind the sciences. This is the house of your inner genius. All right. The intelligence in you. The highly intelligent energy in you. So we're dealing with that with the 11th house. So you're going to be dealing with some retrograde energies here. All right. So some examples of that could be we're dealing with the 3rd and the 11th houses. So the 3rd is your environment. Okay, so friends, people in your, maybe people from, past life in your high school, your college buddies. Maybe you may run into them with the Mercury retrograde. But this could also be family members you may have some issues with. But it does have a lot to do with karmic partnerships as well in these areas where, maybe you've stepped away from these people because you no longer, it was a karmic partnership. You no longer have time for them in your life. All right. So as a result, these energies could be popping up again, whether it's just mentally and you thinking about it or whether in the physical form in some way, shape, or form. But just know if it shows up in the physical form, you're being tested because we are dealing with karma at this time. All right. So let's see what type of energies you need to really look out for with the energies of the 11th house and the 3rd house for you with the Mercury retrograde in Libra. accelerated by that Mars energy, aggression, frustration, arguing, things like that. So it's very important we keep our cool, especially with these legal situations, or, situations where you're dealing with family. So yeah, what the universe wants you to focus on is seeing the big picture in things. So maybe looking at things from another perspective, okay? Looking at things from an angle where we're talking about the entirety and not just you. Because we know Leo energy, you focus on you. That is what Leo energy is about. And it's not anything negative. It don't have to be. Sometimes it could be. But just like every sign, there's negative aspects, right? Or there's negative energies, But what this is saying to you is not to go into that negative energy, not to be so, because in the dark side of energy of Leo, you can be very narcissistic, all about yourself, using people for what you want, using your charisma and charm to get what you want, fuck everybody else, fuck them, The universe is saying to you that, that's not the energy you want to embody in this situation. You want to look at everybody as, so you want to tap into your 11th house energies, which is the opposite polarity of you, Aquarius. So you want to tap into those Aquarius type energies and look at how this is going to affect everybody, right? How this is going to benefit everybody, not just you. So the universe wants you to tap into that energy and understand that, okay? So for those of you who have, got negative karma coming to you, maybe you've been in a narcissistic manner where you've only been focused on you and what you want, because we're all getting karma right now. This is what Mercury's doing. Mercury is the ruler of information. It don't have nothing to do with feelings. It's just like, this is what it is. So Mercury is basically pulling our file and bringing it to, on the universal realm, bringing it to the universal entities. And they're looking, and they're saying, okay, well, let's see what Leo was doing. All right, so Leo was doing that. Leo was doing this. Okay, Leo was doing that. Oh, Leo didn't do that? Okay, so nobody knew about that, but this is what Leo had. Okay. All right, and that's it. And then what they're going to do is they're going to decide and deliberate, and they're going to give you whatever, you know what I'm saying? If there's any karma to give, then you would get it if you haven't already gotten it, right? So that's what we're looking at. And that's happening in the 3D realm in reference to court and justice and, in any way, shape, and form it comes in on the 3D realm as well as in the universal realm. So in the areas of, your local surroundings, your family and things like that, I feel like there's going to be justice being served. So hopefully you weren't doing anything dirty to family members. You weren't being all about you, because you're going to have the opportunity now to change that and to be more inclusive and think about others. All right. So did I pull a card for you already? Yeah. See the big picture. So, all right. So now let's see what energies you need to embody. This is the deck I wanted to shuffle. I didn't mean to put see the big picture card away, but it is what it is. All right. We just need one card to come out. We got too many turning over. What energies does Libra need to embody? Just one card, please. Thank you. Maybe somebody, there was some injustice done to you and people didn't see the big picture, and now they're going to. So we have trine. It came out talking about go with the flow. Okay, so instead of, there could be a situation here where you're not feeling something, right? And you're going to voice your opinion about it. But what the universe is saying is, nah, chill. Chill, Leo. Let's just go with the flow. All right? Maybe you're not seeing the big picture of things and how it's going to turn out. So what I need you to do is, turn down that fire energy. Relax. Don't let that Mars energy get you amped up and get you aggressive and assertive. Just chill and go with the flow. And in the end, you're going to see how everything is going to turn out for everybody for the best. So either you're going to experience that or you're going to be pushed to be in that mindset. Okay? So the other things that go on with the traditional Mercury retrograde, make sure if you're going to take anybody back, you may be dealing with family members or things like that. Maybe you want to go connect with a family member that you don't deal with anymore, or maybe one wants to connect with you. Just make sure you follow your intuition about it. Don't jump in wholeheartedly, especially if this was a karmic relationship and you were hurt in the end, because we're going to be tested. Mercury retrograde brings people back just to, for sometimes it's just to see if you've learned your lesson. Other times it could be people just want to bring closure and apologize. Sometimes people are able to get together and resolve their differences and move forward. But that is going to be based on you, how you feel about the situation. But you want to make sure you pay attention to your intuition and go with your gut, because sometimes it may not work out. but sometimes it might just with a little work, all right? But the universe is urging you to give it a chance, to see the big picture in things, okay? And not be selfish and self-centered and only think about how you felt in a situation. Open up and think about how everybody felt and see if you can move towards a common goal. All right. So with that being said, that's one part of it, as far as taking people back. Other things are if you're going to be making travel arrangements or you're going to be traveling between now and Halloween, make sure you check your reservations, triple check them, double check them, triple check them. Check it the day before, check it the day of. And if you got a connecting flight, make sure you check that gate once you land again, just to make sure it hasn't changed. Because sometimes with Mercury retrograde, it will. If you sign in any contracts, especially for some large ticket items or something that is going to have you locked in for a period of time, or you'll be paying a lot of money, read the contracts over triple times. Make sure you understand it in and out. If you need to get a lawyer, do not hesitate during this time to do so, especially if you cannot hold off but signing this contract until after Halloween. Make sure you read, understand the contract, because Mercury is an energy of, it could be a trickster energy. So you could have people playing games with you with these contracts. Or it could just be that maybe you misunderstood something. So it could go either way. So just make sure you're clear on what you're doing and you read everything and you got any questions, you ask them. This is the time to ask. This is the time to throw out the notion of, that's a stupid question. Throw that notion out the window when it comes to Mercury retrograde and contracts, period. So we talked about, okay, be careful with road rage because, Mars is in your third house, people traveling, driving around and stuff, and just travel, period. So, people could be a little aggressive and aggy because they going through things, because everybody getting their karma, or, they've already gotten it and they mad about it, whatever. Just be careful, be cool, keep your composure. You don't want no drama. You don't need to be caught up in the court system, 3D realm, if you're not already involved, okay? What else do we need to tell you about the Mercury retrograde? Signing contracts, travel, make sure that if you send in things to people, text and via email, it goes to the person you need to go through. You know how sometimes you start texting and then you stop midway because somebody interrupts you. Be careful that you delete what ain't supposed to be sent, and make sure you send what's supposed to be sent to the right person. All right, those are some things you need to be careful of. And I think that is all I need to tell you about your Mercury retrograde energies. If you need a personal reading, my information's in the box below. And I wish you the best in this situation. And, I love you guys. And I'll see you in the next reading. Later, Leo.